Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing my out-of-box review for the HG Gundam Amazing Red Warrior. This was a mobile suit that didn't appear too much in the anime. It did have a couple of appearances, very Christ-like in its appearance at the beginning, but I don't know, it definitely made a big impression on a lot of people. It's not really a new design. The Red Warrior is a design that has been around for a little while, but in this particular version, I think it's definitely got quite an increased fan base due to its appearance in Gundam Build Fighters, so that's pretty good. Anyway, we're getting a master grade of it. Well, we got the master grade of it already, I should say. I have it here, so that's why I wanted to build up this kit for you guys. This HG I've had for, like I said in the unboxing, I've had it for a few months, just haven't gotten around to building it, but now that we got the MG, in my review of the MG, I want to be able to compare the two of them together, so I had to review this one first. So here we go. Let's get on with the review. As you can see, it's going to be very just simple. It's just a different version of the RX-78. Basically, it's based off the RX-78, so you're going to see quite a lot of similarities, and most of the arms and legs, shoulder, and even the body and the head. I mean, the majority of the mobile suit looks very, very similar to the RX-78, just with some slight differences. We've got a bit more going on here in the chest. It's kind of an extra piece added there. The arms obviously have some additions to the side. We have a beam tonfa on this side. This small kind of mini chibi version of the RX-78 shield there. Obviously the front of the legs, basically just the knee part is different, the kneecap, and then it has a kind of part that's extended down over the shin. The ankle armor is different. We just have that kind of these bars on the side going to just this piece in the front rather than the normal ankle armor. And then of course the V-fin and face is different, as well as these boosters there on the side of the top of the shoulders, side of the torso part actually. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good looking kit. It's very awash with the red, so I think definitely some detailing, paint when you're going to be painting the kit, doing some detail work. The panel lining, there's not a whole lot of panel lines to do, but there are some. And then just maybe some decals on there will definitely help bring out this kit from just being just a big red mass. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation. Let's see. It's all going to be very standard, I think, so not really a whole lot too much special there. The head is just on the same standard HG polycap joint there, so only going to be going up about that much, not really all that much, sadly. There's a sticker there for the eyes, no forehead sticker, but there is a sticker on the back of the head there as well. I've found with pretty much all of the stickers, they're all just like half a millimeter too large. So like this one, it fits into there, but it doesn't like fit like into there. Like some of the edges are touching the edge too much, and then here on the front too. I mean, this is like a non-point, but I'm just pointing it out just because I noticed it. If you're going to be painting or just even anything, you're probably not going to be using the stickers anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then this gray part here inside there, that's a sticker. That one was the worst fit. That one definitely didn't fit in there too well. But again, like I said, if you're going to be painting, then this all doesn't matter at all. But anyway, head is down about that much, so not really a whole lot of up and down movement there on the head, sadly. It'd be nice if it was able to get like a really nice downward point, because of like the whole like Christ entrance when it's like looking down like that. But let's move on to the waist. The waist is not really going to have a whole lot of movement. As you can see, side to side is pretty much nothing. Front and back, we can go back a little bit like that, which is pretty good. Pretty good to help it sort of the flying forward, because the head can't go up that much. But in terms of bending forward, it's not going to be a whole lot, so I think that's mostly just because it's separated off. If you pull it apart up off the ball joint a little bit, then you can get a little bit more motion there, I suppose. So maybe not too bad, but when it's pressed down totally, it's going to be pretty firm in there. So I don't know. It's not too bad. The arms are all just very, very standard for the arms. Just a pivot there, a double joint here, and then just a ball joint for the wrist. So pretty nice, very simple arms. Going to be going up, up, just about like that. And we can move these parts. You can move them forward if you want, but you can also move them back, I believe, unless I installed them improperly. So yeah, that was embarrassing. I did have those on the wrong side, so they're not supposed to go forward, they're supposed to go back like that. So just make sure you pay attention when you're putting those on. I was doing the assembly rather quickly and installed those improperly. So you should be able to move those back, not forward. So that is going to be it. I wanted to show the shoulder going up, but the shoulder also can't really go up all that much. It does use that same polycap in there that's supposed to swing, but as you can see, the polycap is actually not going to move at all from that position. It's not going to swing forward, swing up, swing back in any way. It's just going to be stuck there like that. Not too great there. It doesn't really help with the shoulder articulation, but that's just the way that it is. So the front skirts, once again, are connected, but you can just cut them in the middle to separate those. They do have a gimmick, which I'll come back to in a minute. The side skirts are also just normal, just going to lift up, and the back skirts don't move at all. The legs, again, are also normal, just rotate at the top. Double joint in the knee. It's going to get about that much. Really not all that much. I really don't know what's blocking that. I guess it's just hitting in there. Seems like it should be able to get more than that, but sadly about a 90-degree angle is really all you're going to get out of that knee. Not really too great there for a very simple design, especially compared with like the Revive version of the RX-78 or even the G30th version of the RX-78. Probably had better knee articulation than that, but then going down to the ankles, down and forward about that much, not a whole lot. There is a double joint in there, there's a joint up in the top and then in the foot as well, but not really going to get a whole lot of movement there, side to side, like so. The bottom, once again, like I pointed out in the unboxing, is going to have a half detail and then half empty. I don't really like that, but that's the way it is here. The backpack, these two thrusters are connected, so they're going to move together with each other up and down like that. And then these arms here are going to be where we can plug in the weapons. They're just plugged into there, and then the arms can be moved like this. Not quite as nice as like the articulated arms on the GM Cardigan or on the Leopard Da Vinci. Those I think are better. These arms are not that great, but anyway, they are there. So that's about it. Overall, the articulation is so-so. It's there isn't any point in the articulation where I was like, wow, that's really nice. I mean, it's all just standard for an HG. I mean, everything that you want it to do is there, but it doesn't really excel in any particular area of the articulation. So yeah, just so-so. And the overall look, as you can see, there's not really a whole lot of panel lines. It's overall pretty simple. I do like this shield. It's like it's one of the few places where we actually have like 3 colors going on at once like that. That looks really nice. Otherwise it's just red or dark red. We have some yellow there. So like on the chest is not bad because like the main part of the chest is red, then it's dark red piece on the front, yellow there. But otherwise the colors I think are not really too exciting for me. I don't know, that could just be my just personal opinion as well. Let's get into the accessories because there are a lot of them. So first thing I just want to point out again is that we are going to have 3 extra beam saber blades that are not going to be used. You could use the long one in place of the short one here, but again, that's just going to be your own personal preference. But according to the manual, we're supposed to use the short one, and all it's going to do is just plug straight into the arm like that, and that's it. So obviously that's a very derpy pose, but you can see anyway it's going to stay in there no problem. And the short one's probably good. The long one will I mean if that's the effect you want to go for it, but the long one's probably going to be a little bit too long. I suppose I need to go over those gimmicks. I passed by. Front skirts, you can just take off the front skirt piece, and you can see there's 2 notches there. You want to take it off the top one and then plug it back on onto the lower notch, like so, and then that's going to reveal the missiles there in the skirt armor. So we can take that off and put it back. I just want to leave it like that for now. And then the chest vents open up, and there's some missiles in there as well. So all you have to do is just take off this front red piece, and it's not that easy to get off really. But let's just see. Take that off, and then this piece you just need to take out, and then just turn it around like that, plug it back in, and plug that front piece back on, and then there you go. Then the chest is open with those chest missiles, and all it is really just holes in there. The ones in the skirt and the ones on the chest don't really look that great, and it's just holes. Doesn't really look like missiles, it just looks like holes in there. So I don't really particularly like that detail that much. On the master grade, I'm not sure if it's going to be different. I haven't really looked carefully at the master grade, and I haven't built it yet, so I'm not sure, but we'll take a look at that in the review anyway. So that's that. Back to the accessories. The first gun, I'm just going to go in the order of how we built everything. The bazooka was first. So this is the only one that does have a sticker. It's got that yellow sticker on it there. It's got the handle that is going to move up and down, I believe. There we go. So down and up. All around, it's pretty good. This is probably one of my favorite weapons that it comes with. It is able to extend as well, so that part just slides out just to extend the length of that, getting about like 1 centimeter of movement there. Not really a whole lot, just more than half an inch, but less than an inch definitely. So the full height, as you can see, compared to the kit, is only coming up to about there, so still not really that huge. Second thing is the kind of pistol, kind of short beam rifle with the bayonet. Of course, you don't have to use the bayonet piece. You can just use it just like this. Very, very simple. But then if you want, you can attach a bayonet piece, and this is the shorter one. We have 2 different options. We have this short one, like so, and then we do have a longer one as well that you can plug in like that. Now what you can also do with this, instead of just using it as a beam rifle with a blade, sort of bayonet, you can also just put the handle down, and then here you can use it as a sword. So I think if you wanted, here is where you could maybe use the longer one, and then you can use it as a big, giant, very long sword like this. And for this one, compared to the height of the mobile suit, you can see this one is taller than the actual mobile suit from the end of the handle to the end of the tip. So definitely got some height, some length on that. The next thing is this one, which has a few different options. This is just a Gatling gun, we can see here, with a small drum on top, and then just a 4-barrel Gatling gun here. The handle is able to move side to side rather than forward and back, a little bit different there. Then we have this kind of odd stock at the end there, very narrow, it's sort of weird looking. This just by itself I don't really particularly care for, but we do have some options for it. If you take off the barrel, you can replace it just with this kind of normal barrel there, like that. And then this part on the top, the drum, you can also replace with this, which is sort of like a sensor camera there for that. So of course you can mix and match those however you want, but that's totally up to you. And then the last thing, I guess maybe not the last one, we do have this one here as well. And this one is just very simple, basically just like a beam rifle. We can see the handle is able to move forward as well as just going back that far. So that's going to be our options for that. You'll notice a lot of these ports on here, those are going to be for places to plug these weapons onto the backpack if you want. The thing about this one is that this one is the one that we have this space in the back, and that's where this is going to plug into this. I don't think it matters, but which one's the top and which one's the bottom. I think it can plug in either way, but these two can attach together like so, but I don't really like this option. I prefer the beam rifle, the Gatling gun, so I'm going to put that back on here, and then here, and Like that one's not too bad there, something like that. But there's just loads of different options you can do with these between those, and I'm sure there's probably other things that you can combine as well. Just to give you another look at the manual, here's all of our options there. Got the pistol, one with the short blade, the long blade, the Gatling gun, the extended Gatling gun, this rifle and that rifle as two different rifles, those two connected, and then the bazooka there at the bottom. So all of that stuff, and there's lots of different ways to put that on. I'm going to put them on in some way that I like, and I'll be right back just a minute. Before I do, I forgot to mention that we do have some extra hands. On the kit there, we've got the closed fists, just like that, but then we also have a set of holding hands, no open hands sadly, but we have a holding hands for the left and the right hand, which all the weapons are going to fit in. I believe all the handles are the kind of handles that just drop straight down. You don't have to actually open the hands to put them in place. That's backwards obviously, but you get the idea. All the handles are able to just drop down into the hand. That's kind of nice, convenient that you don't have to open up the hands to put them in there. But the downfall of that is that they're not actually trigger fingers. But I don't know, that doesn't really bother me too much. Okay, so there we go. I've got one weapon in hand and two mounted on the backpack there. I've heard people complain about the ball joints of where those arms of the backpack plug into the actual backpack, of those being very loose. I can definitely attest to that after just putting these weapons on. I think the mechanical arms came out of the backpack like 3 times. So definitely a big drawback there. If the kit's just posed, it's not gonna just fall out on its own. But just when you're trying to pose it, it's going to be falling out quite a bit. It can be very annoying when you're just trying to move the arm and the whole thing just falls out. You kind of have to just take it out, move the arm how you want it, then just plug it back into the kit. It's going to be very difficult to hold or to move the arm without like holding it in place in the backpack and moving the arm at the same time. So that's definitely not great. The other thing is that, of course, with this kit, you're not going to be able. This is obviously not a kit that's going to be able to hold all of its weapons at once. I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there would. I'm just trying to think if there would be any way that you could manage to get it to hold everything at once. Maybe there's a way. I mean, obviously, especially if you did some modding, you could maybe get it to hold everything, I suppose, but I'm not too sure about that. So I don't know. Maybe you could, but I've got a couple extra pieces here. That sight part, the other end of that barrel, and the other length of this sword. I've got the longer one on there now. So yeah, I don't know. The weapons on there, when it does have all its weapons, not all of its weapons, but when it does have a lot of its weapons on it, it looks better. I mean, I don't know. I don't dislike the fact that it's a very simple mobile suit. I don't think like, oh, it's too simple. It needs some weapons on there. I don't really think like that at all. But I think it is going to look better with a bunch of stuff on it. It kind of looks more like it has a purpose, I guess. So like it's meant to be a mobile suit that's going to be carrying like this wide range of weapons here. We've got like melee weapons, Gatling gun, a bazooka, a beam rifle, all sorts of different options here. So that is kind of cool, I guess. Alright, now to be honest, like the more that I'm trying to pose this kit, the less and less I'm liking those articulated arms. Not only are they a pain to try to keep in the backpack, but they're very limiting. They're not as articulated as they should be, I think. You can't bring the angle of the weapons up that high or down very low or to the side, either way. I mean, you're really, really limited in the angle of how you can point the weapons if you have them up and held underarm like this. How you see them now is pretty much about the range of motion, range of movement you're going to get from them. I have the bazooka up a little bit higher and the Gatling gun down a little bit lower. Very, very limiting in that aspect. That's really disappointing. Hopefully that's going to be much better on the master grade. I can assume that it will be, but we'll just have to see. So I don't know. That's disappointing, but I don't know. That's, I guess, not going to be too much choice there, I suppose. Alright, so that's pretty much all I have to say about this kit. I gotta say, working with the weapons and that backpack have really turned me off to this kit. I didn't really have too much of a problem with it before. Like I said, the articulation was not really all that impressive, but when you combine that with how annoying that backpack is, and like mounting the weapons is, and posing the weapons is, very annoying. I think this kit, definitely, if you like the look of it and you like all these different weapon options, then it's definitely going to be a good kit for you. Just for me, it's really driving me crazy with that. I like a kit that can get some good poses, and this kit, I mean, I gotta say, the posing is not that great for it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving it, but we'll compare that to the Master Grade when I review that. I should be reviewing that very soon for you guys, so just wait and be patient, I guess. So that's about it, guys. From now, there is one more thing that I want to try before I wrap up this review, and that is, I said in the unboxing, I think I said in the unboxing, that I wanted to see if some of the weapons from the Leopard Da Vinci were compatible with this, so I'm going to try that now, and then see, yeah, if any of those weapons are compatible, because I think that would definitely give you even more options if you want for that. So let's go ahead and take a look from this point. I'm just going to go ahead and stop this, if I may. Just before I mess with what's actually on the kit, let's just take, for example, this beam rifle and this double beam cannon from the Leopard Da Vinci, and let's see if we can just plug those in together, and we can. So if you wanted, you can combine the weapons to make some kind of super weapons, something like this, a beam rifle with a giant missile pod and a double beam cannon attached to it. So that should mean that these mechanical arms on the back can be used with the giant Gatling gun. The pegs on these mechanical arms is not very long, so I don't know how well it's going to hold the Gatling gun, but it should still be able to hold it there like that. Definitely going to be heavy on there, but you can actually use that. So that's pretty cool. The weapons are going to be compatible, as is a lot of build fighter stuff. I mean, it shouldn't really be too much of a surprise if you guys build or customize a lot of your HG build fighter stuff. A lot of the stuff is compatible. So just giving you even more options. This kit has a lot of weapon options. The Leopard Da Vinci has a lot of weapon options, but if you combine them, they have even more options. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, this one doesn't have all the ports on it like the Leopard Da Vinci has. It basically just has its hands and backpack, but it does have some options there for mixing and matching if you want. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.